I'm Randy. I hope you're having a good day. When a lot is going on in our life or world, we can feel really upset, simply put. But when we're feeling really upset, we can do healthy measures to cope with that. And so here I am today talking about some interesting stuff, some positive stuff to hopefully help myself as well as help anyone else out there. And I don't like technology, but it is a great communication method, and a communication method is a dire aspect of bringing awareness and therefore positive change to your own life and the entire world. So today we're going to talk about where the story of Santa Claus originated. Yep, we're going to talk about that, where the story of Santa Claus originated, as well as some sciences type stuff, some psychology type stuff, some brain stuff, some neuroscience stuff, and just basic everyday life stuff. This all applies to basic everyday life. Whether you live your life as whoever you are, practicing, believing in whatever you believe in, whether that's science, whether it's nothing, whether it's God, whether it's whatever religion, all of it. This will all apply to all those categories and anyone, literally. And it's literally just a story of where the story of Santa Claus originated. And here we go. So the story of Santa. And Santa Claus coming down the chimney. Where did this story originate, you might ask? This story originates from research, factual research that's out there, evident. Go look it up. It's all over. It's all over every religion, every culture, every part of the world, every part of humanity. But it originates from our brain, obviously, but ironically, it is a story about a phenomenon happening in our brain. So everybody knows about spinal taps, spinal fluids, and how our brain creates chemicals and fluids and sends it to our body, ultimately and factually. So we have this fluid in our brain, produced in our brain, every single one of us, that is going down our chimney and back up, just like metaphorically Santa Claus does. And this area in our brain that produces this fluid going up and down our spine, chimney, our spine, is an area in our brain named the colostrum. Colostrum. And it's also known as the Santa Claustrum or the Holy Claustrum. And it's right in the middle of our heads. And this is known around the world. This is known in different fields of life, different areas of life. It's right in the middle of our head, this claustrum area that produces fluids and sends it down our chimney spine to us. Just like it produces happy feelings and we feel happy. So this area is scientifically, historically, geographically, worldwide known as the colostrum. It releases fluid, and in ancient Greek time, it was actually even called I don't know. The video's linked below that I'm going to talk about at the end, but I wrote it down a little bit wrong. It auto-corrected, and I have horrible memory. But Christopher, It literally has the word Christ in the name. Ancient Greeks called this area of our brain the Christopher and nicknamed it the Christ. This phenomenon of this area of our brain producing fluid, chemical feelings, sending it down our chimney of a spine, and magic happening. That's where the story of Santa Claus originated. It's based off of God, science. It's based off of how the function of our human body and thus world works. And it has all these coinciding names and key points in different areas of all of humanity. And we take all of these aspects of humanity into consideration, view them as a whole, we can see more so what's happening within it all. So if you think of your brain as like the North Pole, it's actually called the Polaris area. Polaris. Polaris. Now I can't even say it. Polaris. Polaris. Polaris area. This area we were talking about, called the claustrum in the scientific field and other fields and by certain people in the world, is also known as an area in our brain. Overall, there is the Polaris, the North Pole. So we have Santa Claus, our claustris, and our Polaris, our North Pole. And then our Santa Claus makes some magic fluids and feelings and magic. Santa sends it, that feeling of magic, down through the chimney of our spine. And all that affects us. This area in our brain named Christ ultimately produces feelings that heavily affect us. And this is proven, this is factual, this is scientifically factual. Scientifically, our brain produces these chemicals and feelings and things nicknamed the Christ in history. It sends it down to our body, which we know about. We know about spinal fluids. We know about lots of things in the basic population of today's times. But I don't know if we've all put the Santa Claus story together like this, or religion like this. Every type of religion, all of it is coinciding. Wise tales, any religion, any aspect of science, any aspect of this world has some truth in it that is necessary to understand the overall picture of what is going on in this world. So, when we look at this area in our brain that's like the North Pole, it's got the claustrum in it, Santa Claus in it. It's like the North Pole. It's called the Polaris. It's been known about for a long time in many areas of history and humanity. All of this story and coinciding information. It moves down our spine to the area of our spine called the solar plexus, actually. Which the solar plexus are also called and known as the dome of heaven. the dome of heaven, or the sacral plexus. And this is all historically researched, documented, named evidence that has happened in our life of humanity here on earth. So we have this phenomenon happening that happens in our area of our brain, moves down into our body, this feeling, this phenomenon, moves into our body area, our spine area, known as the dome of heaven, the sacral plexus. And this area in our body, known as the sacral plexus, is a reference to the word sacral, obviously, but it's a word sacral that is used in the Bible and any religion, in the tale of Santa Claus even, in sciences, for example, astrology, psychology, neuroscience, more, all of it. All of these things coincide, and collectively they build the truth. There are correct information, there is correct information happening within all areas of humanity. And so we need to be looking at all areas of humanity, whether that be religions, sciences, and even this story of Santa Claus, this wise tale, is based on things for a reason that make sense if we only knew about them and promoted them within society. Who knows what we could do with all of this coinciding information and patterns that makes sense, correlates, builds together to create what? For you, for us, for all of us, for our humanity. It creates more healing. We're healing right now, but we're gonna heal more and more and more. And it's so cool to see how much potential there is to heal and how much beauty there is due to how much we are going to put together, can put together, and are healing. We'll feel better. We will feel better. We do feel better, and we're just feeling more better and better. Figuring it out more and more. Figuring out what's happening around us in our world and in our individual lives. So, with all of these things coinciding, which I just, talked about in this video, but if you want more confirmation, go watch my other videos. They all coincide with this one and build up this understanding kind of what's going on around us, which is what all of my videos are about, is literally just me talking about what I see is going on in my world, in our humanity. But we're putting it all together to understand better and to thus better utilize all this information in order to grow and heal more and more. Thank you for continuing to grow and heal as a humanity with me. Thank you for growing more and more with us all and with humanity. That's my little spill of the day, my writing of the day, my thoughts of the day. I hope it makes you have some really thought-provoking thoughts, some deeper thoughts. Think about how you're treating yourselves, how you're viewing yourselves, how you're viewing your life, how you're viewing others, how you're treating others, all of it. Behavior, your community, your family, your world, your religion, your politics, yourself, every aspect of yourself and our humanity collectively, we can look at and we can continue figuring stuff out like we have and healing like we have. We are continuing to heal more and more, learn more and more, grow more and more. And it is a good feeling, and it is scary at times. It is apprehensive and a little stressful just because healing is not easy. Healing takes work. Healing takes you using your brain, trying to think stuff through, trying to be aware, trying to analyze, trying to shape and thus better your better behaviors, better the betterment of your world, your reality. And that's my spill today, like I said. And that's the story of where the story of Santa Claus originated. I hope you have a good day. Please show positivity, care, and compassion to everyone you interact with and to yourself. Because if you aren't showing it to yourself, it's going to be really factually much more difficult to show it to your loved ones or anyone around you. In our world, I think we all can agree, deserves to heal more and more. Like we all want. Hope you have a good day. Peace.